millions of fish have recently landed in the Philippines, according to dozens of locals, which has led many to speculate that a significant event may be on the horizon. Strangely enough, numerous witnesses to the incident on January 7 expressed confusion, claiming that it was not caused by a local predator. Numerous images and videos were captured demonstrating the fish's frantic attempts to reach land. Locals have been posting on social media about the peculiar behavior of animals in the area, and they also mention that it's not just aquatic life that has been acting strangely. For instance, birds have been noticed flying to higher ground. And according to one local, mammals have also been seen doing the same. This has caused some people to speculate that a significant event may be approaching. Intriguingly, there is compelling anecdotal evidence that indicates certain animals, such as fish, may possess an inherent capacity to detect and anticipate natural calamities. Although the precise mechanisms behind this phenomenon are still not fully grasped, it is plausible that fish have the ability to perceive subtle environmental cues or changes in atmospheric pressure that serve as telltale signs of impending disasters such as earthquakes or tsunamis. When it comes to the remarkable ability of fish to sense impending natural disasters, an intriguing aspect emerges, suggesting a connection between these animals and the premonition of catastrophic events. In this intriguing hypothetical situation, it is proposed that fish have the extraordinary ability to perceive an imminent natural calamity like a tsunami, and instinctively, they react by swimming onto dry land, seeking refuge from the devastating repercussions that such an event may bring. Although this notion is purely speculative and lacks concrete evidence, it introduces a fascinating dimension to the intricate interplay between animals and their surroundings, expanding our understanding of their adaptive behaviors and the profound connections they share with their environments. Evidence abounds of animals, fish, birds, reptiles, and insects exhibiting strange behavior anywhere from weeks to seconds before an earthquake. However, despite extensive research, we are still unable to fully comprehend and predict the consistent and dependable patterns of behavior that occur before seismic events. Additionally, there is a lack of understanding regarding the underlying mechanism that would explain the occurrence of such patterns. A social media user recently shared an interesting observation regarding their koi pond. They noted that one day, while gazing at their beloved fish, they noticed an intriguing behavior. The fish seemed to be swimming tirelessly in circles, captivating the observer's attention for hours on end. In the early part of March, an incident took place where she recounted that within a few days, her residing area experienced the impact of an earthquake measuring 4 on the magnitude scale. The occurrence left a significant impact, causing both physical and emotional upheaval in the region. China, positioned on the Pacific Ring of Fire, finds itself situated in a region highly susceptible to seismic activity and earthquakes. This geographical location exposes the country to frequent tremors and geological disturbances. The Pacific Ring of Fire is an expansive region that constitutes a circular belt encircling the Pacific Ocean. This region is renowned for its notable predisposition towards heightened seismic activity, including frequent earthquakes along with the propensity for volcanic eruptions. China is located in a region where the Eurasian Plate and the Indian Plate meet, forming a boundary between these two significant tectonic plates of the Earth's crust. This geological position makes China highly susceptible to seismic activity and geological phenomena. The convergence and impact of these two tectonic plates have given rise to an intricate network of fault lines that traverse across China, giving way to a recurrent occurrence of seismic events. Yes, earthquakes occur frequently in China. However, the nation has taken significant initiatives to reduce their adverse effects. The measures implemented to mitigate the impact of earthquakes encompass a variety of strategies. Fish have the ability to be driven towards land when faced with abrupt and significant transformations in their underwater surroundings. These environmental disruptions, such as sudden fluctuations in water temperature, levels of oxygen, or the density of pollutants, can create inhospitable conditions in their aquatic habitats. Consequently, fish may opt to temporarily inhabit land as a strategy to cope with and adjust to these modified circumstances. This adaptation allows them to find temporary refuge and seek a more suitable environment until their original habitats stabilize. In these cases, venturing onto land becomes a survival mechanism for fish, enabling them to navigate and respond effectively to the challenging alterations in their aquatic ecosystems. When faced with rising temperatures that result in a lack of oxygen or the rapid growth of harmful algal blooms in aquatic ecosystems, fish may resort to migrating to land for short periods. This migration is driven by an urgent necessity to adapt and survive the increasingly deteriorating conditions in their aquatic habitats. During their temporary stays on land, fish seek out oxygen-rich environments and alternative food sources, enabling them to evade the challenges of their compromised aquatic homes. This behavioral adaptation demonstrates the resourcefulness and resilience of fish in the face of environmental changes, highlighting their ability to explore new strategies to ensure their survival. Throughout the annals of time, a plethora of cultures spanning the globe have nurtured an array of beliefs and folklore, all pointing towards the inherent capacity of animals, including our magnificent fin friends, fish, to foretell and prefigure the advent of cataclysmal natural calamities passed down from generation to generation. These captivating tales depict fish behaving in a peculiar and unorthodox manner, swiftly evacuating their usual habitats or exhibiting anomalous behavior preceding the arrival of destructive tsunamis or earth-shattering earthquakes. Such anecdotes have sparked an insatiable curiosity, prompting numerous inquiries into the potential existence of a highly refined and startlingly perceptive sixth sense bestowed upon fish, enabling them to sense danger before it happens. In order to delve into the topic of fish sensing natural disasters, it is crucial to explore the remarkable sensory adaptations that fish have undergone throughout their evolution. These adaptations serve as their survival tools in the aquatic environments they inhabit. By developing a diverse range of sensory organs and mechanisms, fish have acquired the ability to not only navigate their surroundings effectively but also thrive in their watery habitats. These sensory modalities encompass various facets such as sight, hearing, taste, smell, and a unique sensory system known as the lateral line. The lateral line system not only detects vibrations, but also monitors water movement, enabling fish to perceive and respond to their surroundings with great precision and sensitivity. One widely accepted hypothesis posits that fish may be capable of detecting variations in environmental conditions that are linked to natural calamities through their sensory organs. To illustrate, modifications in the chemical composition, pressure, temperature, or the shifting of tectonic plates prior to an earthquake might conceivably elicit behavioral reactions in fish. This ability to perceive impending disasters could potentially serve as a survival mechanism for these aquatic creatures, enabling them to react and adapt to their changing surroundings. Anecdotal observations of fish displaying abnormal behavior prior to natural disasters have sparked speculation regarding their capacity to detect imminent events. These reports frequently depict fish leaping out of the water or swimming erratically in shallow regions shortly before a significant seismic occurrence, or a tsunami. Although intriguing, anecdotal evidence is restricted due to its subjective nature and the absence of organized data collection. Expanding on this topic in a comprehensive manner, it is important to delve deeper into the reasons behind these observed behaviors. While scientific research has yet to provide concrete evidence supporting the notion that fish possess a sixth sense for imminent natural disasters, some theories have emerged to shed light on this phenomenon. There is a notable case that revolves around the devastating 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. This natural disaster triggered a series of observations made by local fishermen residing in different coastal areas. Remarkably, these fishermen reported an unusual surge in fish activity and restlessness in the days preceding the catastrophic event. The intriguing nature of these accounts has subsequently prompted retrospective studies to explore the possibility of utilizing fish behavior as a potential early warning indicator for tsunamis and earthquakes. These investigations aim to delve deeper into the relationship between fish behavior and seismic activities, thereby enriching our understanding of the mechanisms that occur prior to such calamities. Ongoing scientific research continues to delve into the fascinating subject of how fish sense natural disasters. The findings obtained from numerous studies have been both supportive and contradictory, adding complexity to our understanding. It has been suggested by some studies that fish do exhibit changes in their behavior when exposed to environmental cues linked to seismic activity. The analysis of this captivating phenomenon has taken scientists on a journey of exploration seeking to uncover the intricate ways in which fish interact with their environment. According to a study published in 2013 in the prestigious journal, Bulletin of the Seismological Society of America, findings revealed that goldfish, when exposed to simulated seismic waves, exhibited heightened swimming activity and displayed alterations in their positioning within an enclosed tank. This research serves as compelling evidence suggesting that fish possess the capacity to respond to seismic vibrations. However, it is important to note that this study does not conclusively establish their ability to predict Earth by closely examining the effects of seismic activity on goldfish. These experiments shed light on the potential sensitivity of aquatic organisms to the subtle movements occurring beneath the Earth's surface. Numerous research studies have been carried out on various fish species such as tilapia, catfish, and others in order to investigate their response to changes in environmental factors like water temperature, pressure, and other related parameters. The results of these studies have revealed interesting findings indicating that fish possess the ability to detect even the slightest alterations in their surrounding environment. This implies that fish exhibit a remarkable sensitivity towards their surroundings and have the capability to adapt and react accordingly. The reason behind this peculiar conduct remains a mystery. China is a country that has regularly experienced earthquakes, prompting speculation about whether animals, particularly sheep, could possess an innate ability to sense these seismic events. The occurrence of earthquakes in China has been well documented, leading many to question if there could be an unexplored connection between animal behavior and natural disasters. In ancient Greece, dating back to 373 BC, we can find the earliest record of peculiar animal behavior preceding a major earthquake. This intriguing observation sheds light on the connection between seismic activity and response of animal species. According to reports, prior to a devastating earthquake, various animals such as rats, weasels, snakes, and centipedes abandoned their habitats and sought refuge. There is a wealth of anecdotal evidence suggesting that various animals, including mammals, fish, birds, reptiles, and insects, displayed peculiar behavior in the period leading up to an earthquake. Several decades ago in China, a prediction was made regarding earthquakes, taking into account not only the occurrence of small tremors, but also the unusual behavior of animals. During the occurrence of the primary earthquake, numerous individuals made the deliberate decision to spend the night outdoors away from the confinements of their homes. This strategic choice ultimately proved to be beneficial as it enabled them to evade the extensive devastation that ensued. Typically, this kind of seismic activity does not result in significant earthquakes. And unfortunately, many earthquakes occur without any preceding precursory events. This lack of precursors makes it challenging to predict when an earthquake might strike. For this particular reason, individuals become concerned when they witness animals displaying such behavior, leading residents to harbor apprehensions about the likelihood of a major earthquake striking the area in the upcoming days. The site prior to the occurrence of a destructive earthquake in a particular area. This phenomenon has persisted for centuries and continues to intrigue scientists and researchers. A number of years ago, a team of scientists made the fascinating statement that they had managed to capture and record wild animals' behavior during the pre-earthquake period. These experts believe that this groundbreaking video may provide concrete proof of animals displaying odd behavior right before earthquakes. The group's research was especially concentrated on Peruvian bird species. Interestingly, their findings showed that days before an earthquake occurred, these alert birds would automatically seek cover, seeking protection from any threats. The researchers also hypothesized that the animal's natural response to seek cover could be related to the presence of airborne ions, which would be an intriguing line of inquiry. This discovery has created an exciting new field of study that may advance our knowledge of animal behavior and earthquake precursors over time. If you're fascinated by Unsolved Mysteries and enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up to stay updated on all our latest content. Moving on to the next mystery. On November 1, 1980, a truck driver traveling along Interstate 45 near the Sam Houston National Forest in Huntsville, Texas, made a grim discovery. Pulling over to the shoulder of the road, he found the nude body of a teenage girl lying face down in the grass, just 20 feet from the roadside. The authorities were called to the scene at around 9:20 a.m. Despite their efforts, the identity of the adolescent girl remained unknown for some time. She was a female between the ages of 14 and 18. Before her body was found, she had been dead for around 6 hours, and she was only wearing a pair of shoes and a piece of jewelry. A smoky brown or blue glass stone rested on a slender gold chain that hung around her neck, and a pair of red high-heeled sandals were perched slightly farther away. They had brown straps and were composed of leather. There were no further clothes or accessories on Jane Doe's body or at the scene where her body was discovered. The body of the teenage girl, later identified as Sherry Ann Jarvis, showed a few distinct characteristics. She had light brown, 10-inch long hair with a reddish hue, and her hazel eyes were still visible. The girl was between 5 feet 6 inches and 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing around 105 to 120 pounds. Despite her ears being pierced, no jewelry was found on her. While her fingernails were unpolished, her toenails were painted a pale pink. The Harris County Medical Examiner conducted the autopsy, though her identity remained a mystery for some time. The ME said that Jane Doe appeared to be well fed and that, given that she had received dental care and hadn't gone without food, it was likely that she came from a middle-class family. Asphyxia by ligature strangulation was found to be Jane Doe's cause of death, and it was concluded that her demise had been brutal. It was believed that a pair of tights had been used to strangle her. Her vaginal cavity contained pieces of her pants, and those same tights. She was sexually raped with a blunt object before she died. It appeared that the girl had been deliberately restrained, likely to prevent further blood loss as she was transported from the crime scene to the location where her body was found. She had also suffered severe physical abuse. Her right shoulder bore a deep bite mark, and her face was heavily swollen, particularly around her mouth and eyes. With no identification on her, authorities knew it would be a challenging task to uncover her identity and locate anyone who may have been with her during the attack. They quickly made an appeal to the public for information in an attempt to find out where she had been and whether she was traveling with someone before her death. They soon had a hit. The day before Jane Doe was killed, several witnesses saw her. Among these witnesses were 2 workers from the hitch and post truck stop, as well as the manager of a golf service station, who all saw her dressed in a dirty yellow pullover, a white knit sweatshirt with big pockets, and blue pants. She was also seen wearing the red sandals that were discovered at the landfill. Witnesses reported that around 6:30 p.m. on October 31st, Jane Doe appeared at a Gulf gas station, looking somewhat disheveled. She had just exited a blue Chevrolet Caprice from the early 1970s, which had a light-colored top, and was being driven by a white man. The young girl was asking for directions to the Ellis Prison Farm, a facility run by the Texas Department of Corrections in Walker County, Texas. After receiving the directions, she left the station on foot, heading toward her intended destination. Later on, Sam Houston Avenue northbound walking was observed by her. She was later spotted at the Interstate 45 truck stop at Hitchin Post. She inquired about instructions to the Ellis unit once more. There, she said, a buddy was meeting her. That night, a waitress asked the young girl if her parents knew where she was and drew a map for her. According to the waitress, Jane Doe had said, "Who cares?" during their conversation. Earlier, she mentioned that she was either from Rockport, Texas, or Aransas Pass, Texas, and claimed to be 19 years old. The waitress thought the teenager might have been on the run. That interaction at the gas station was Jane Doe's last known movement. Despite investigations, there are still many unanswered questions surrounding how she ended up dead on the side of Interstate 45 and who was responsible for her death. When authorities discovered she had been trying to enter Ellis units, they questioned prisoners and staff members, but no one identified her picture. Only one prisoner reportedly matched the young girl's age, but they were never put in contact. After that, investigators went to Rockport and Aransas Pass in search of girls who had gone missing and fit Jane Doe's description. In an attempt to find her identity, they even visited local schools, but they left without finding anything. Walker County. On January 16, 1981, Jane Doe was laid to rest in Oakwood Cemetery in Huntsville, Texas. Morris Memorials, a small family-owned business in Huntsville, generously donated Jane Doe's tombstone. Her case remained unsolved until 1999, when her remains were exhumed for forensic analysis and DNA collection. At that time, authorities revised her age estimate, suggesting she was likely between 14 and 16 years old. However, progress on the case slowed down again, and it eventually became cold. In 2015, the case was revisited, but further developments have yet to fully resolve the mystery surrounding her identity and death. The high-heeled sandals that were discovered at the site were subjected to DNA testing. However, the results have never been made public. In December of the same year, a picture of a young white girl who appeared to be about 14 years old and 5 feet 4 inches tall became viral online. She resembled Jane Doe in certain ways. The image was provided by 2 siblings who remembered seeing the little child in the summer of 1980 at a Beeville, Texas motel. They recalled that the girl, who went by the name Kathleen, possibly spelled with a K or a C, lived with a couple and may have come from Corpus Christi, Texas. She was reportedly trying to meet a friend who was incarcerated at the Texas State Prison in Sugar Land. However, this individual has been confirmed not to be Jane Doe. This revelation helped clarify that the girl in question was not the same person as the unidentified young woman found along Interstate 45. Journalist Michael Hargraves postulated in the years following Jane Doe's demise that a woman was the attacker, citing the use of tools for the sexual assault in the absence of semen from Jane Doe's body or the crime scene. In addition, he said that males who commit sexual offenses are more prone to bite someone because it gives them a chance to live out their crimes again. Since it enables them to relive their misdeeds, a lot of offenders do this. It has been suggested, nevertheless, that Jane Doe might have had on more jewelry into her necklace. Therefore, another item might have been taken as a memento. There is speculation that Jane Doe's case may be linked to the case of Deborah Jackson, also known as Orange Socks, another victim who was recently identified. Deborah was murdered in Georgetown, Texas, on October 30th or 31st, 1979, 1 year before Jane Doe's discovery. Like Jane Doe, Deborah was found hours after her death, left nude and strangled. While Deborah was 23 years older than Jane Doe, the similarities in their circumstances, being young women found under similar conditions, have led some to consider the possibility of a connection between the 2 cases. However, this link has not been definitively proven. Henry Lee Lucas, the infamous serial killer, confessed to almost 600 more killings while he was incarcerated, leading many to disbelieve his confession despite the fact that he was found guilty of the crime and claimed responsibility for her death. When his teeth were compared to Jane Doe's shoulder bite mark, they were discovered to be mismatched. In 2001, Lucas passed away in prison. According to theories put up in 2017, Jane Doe was the victim of a serial killer who killed 3 other women in 1980 and dumped their bodies near Interstate 45. All of these victims were considered high risk, although only half of them have been identified or died from strangulation. In addition to Jane Doe, there are 2 other unidentified women whose cases have raised suspicions. One was discovered on October 15, 1980, in Houston. She was in the 20 to 30 age range, possibly of Asian descent, and had been deceased for several months before her body was found. The second woman was discovered in December 1980 under a bridge in Houston. Both of these women were black, and their deaths remain unsolved, though their cases are part of the larger set of unsolved mysteries from that time period. The circumstances of their deaths and the lack of identification have left many questions unanswered. Her age is thought to be between 16 and 26. The Walker County Sheriff's Office and Othram Incorporated, joined in 2020, should make an effort to use genetic genealogy to identify Jane Doe. It was thought by both sides that this would facilitate the case's advancement. Othram Incorporated eventually succeeded in extracting DNA from the young child, and after multiple efforts, they were able to build her genetic profile. The Sheriff's Office revealed in the open on November 9, 2021 that Jane Doe had an aim. Sherry Ann Jarvis, a 14-year-old girl who fled Stillwater, Minnesota, in the spring of 1980, was later identified as the Jane Doe found along Interstate 45 in Texas. Born on March 9, 1966, Sherry was known as Toddy by her friends. She was described by her family as someone who loved being around children and animals, and she enjoyed horseback riding. Sherry had been placed in a state home in early 1980 due to truancy when she was 13 years old. The home was run by a couple who had 5 children of their own. Sherry's tragic end came after her disappearance, and her identity remained unknown for years. They would accept up to 18 juveniles at a time who were in the juvenile court system and were between the ages of 12–18. 6 adults were always keeping an eye on the children. When Sherry was scheduled to appear in court in March 1980 at the Washington County Courthouse, she fled with 2 females who were not named, and they later chose to go back home. Meanwhile, Sherry turned her back and walked away. Her final correspondence with her family dates back to August of that year when she wrote a letter to her mother from Denver, Colorado, expressing her dissatisfaction with being under state care and threatening to stay away until she was at least 18 or 21. Sherry Ann Jarvis had attended Central Junior High School in Forest Lake, Minnesota. Her family kept the same phone number after her disappearance, hoping she would one day reach out. They made efforts to find her, working both alone and with a private detective, but their search was unsuccessful. In January 2018, her mother, Carrie, passed away at the age of 78, and her father, Don Jarvis Sr., died in June 2019 at the age of 78. While Sherry's siblings are relieved to have finally received closure, they still hold out hope that the person responsible for her death will eventually be brought to justice. Investigators said they've received a ton of new tips since Sherry was identified. They are optimistic that a few of the leads may materialize. The reason behind Sherry's attempt to contact the Ellis unit has never been revealed. Theories suggest that she may have been slain by a truck driver who allowed her to sleep in his cab or by someone she was hitchhiking with. Notably, her body was found next to a truck stop, leading many to propose that this is where the murder occurred. Finding Sherry Ann Jarvis was only part of the journey, as her murderer remains unidentified. If you have any information related to her case, you can contact the Walker County Sheriff's Office at 936-435-2400 to assist in the ongoing investigation. Moving on to the next mystery. Elva Zona Hester, born in 1873 in Greenbrier County, West Virginia, was 23 years old when she met Edward Stribling Trout Shue, a vagrant, in 1896. Despite her mother's disapproval, Zona fell in love with him while he was trying to establish himself as a blacksmith in the area. Zona, who had previously been a single mother, quickly married Shue. 3 months after the wedding, on January 18, 1997, Shue dispatched the young neighbor's kid to see if Zona needed anything from the market. Zona's lifeless body was discovered at the bottom of the stairs when the Shue family's rural West Virginia home's neighbor kid opened the front door. Her legs were together, and her body was straight. Her other arm was rusty over her chest while the other was by her side. She cocked her head to the side. Initially, the young boy thought that Zona was merely resting on the ground. He approached her and called out, "Miss Shue." When she didn't respond, the boy hurried home in panic, informing his mother. She quickly called the local coroner and physician, Dr. George W. Knapp. By the time Dr. Knapp arrived, almost an hour had passed, and Shue had already moved his wife's body upstairs, prepared it for burial, and laid her out on the bed. Wearing a dress with a high neck, she lay on the bed. Dr. Knapp started to inspect the body, but Shue got upset every time Knapp tried to examine Zona's head or neck. Shue was so upset by this that the doctor could only examine part of her. Even though it's unclear whether she was even pregnant when she passed away, he originally stated that an ongoing faint was the cause of death before changing it to labor. Zona was brought to her mother's house on the Big Sewell Mountain, Mrs. Mary Jane Hester. Shue was always present at the head of the casket whenever it was opened, vigilantly watching over his wife's remains. Zona was buried the next day in a small cemetery atop a hill. Her mother, Mary, had never liked Shu, and his strange behavior, coupled with the unusual looseness of Zona's head during the funeral, led her to suspect that Shu had murdered her daughter. Shortly after, strange events began to unfold. Before Zona's coffin was sealed, a white sheet that had been coiled up was mysteriously removed. The wash water turned red when she was washing the sheet. This raised more questions because the sheet took on a pink tint that she was unable to take off. For weeks or so, following her daughter's passing, Zona's mother started experiencing visions. She said that 4 nights in a row, her daughter showed up to tell her a story in a dream. The ghost is said to have first materialized as a brilliant light that eventually took on human form and sent a chill across the room. Mary claimed that Zona's spirit visited her, revealing that Shu had been violent and abusive, attacking her and breaking her neck one evening when she refused to make him the supper he demanded. To demonstrate this, the ghost turned her head completely around. For 4 consecutive nights, the ghost returned, repeating the same chilling story. Eventually, Mary went to see John Preston, the local prosecutor, urging him to reopen the case. Despite his doubts, Preston decided to pursue the case, as it held enough strange and suspicious elements to warrant further investigation. For an autopsy, Preston had Zona's body dug up. Edward objected to the action, but he was helpless to halt it. After being consulted, Dr. Knapp acknowledged that his examination had been lacking. An extensive autopsy revealed that Zona had suffered a shattered neck. Between the first and second vertebrae, it had been displaced. Zona's neck showed signs of strangulation, and her windpipe was crushed, which led to murder charges against Edward Shu. Further investigation into Shu's past revealed that Zona was not his first wife. He had already been married twice before. These findings added to the suspicion surrounding his involvement in her death. He wed Ellen Cutlip in 18/85, and the two were divorced in 18/88. Ellen later testified before the authorities that during their marriage, she routinely hit her and was incredibly violent. She wed Lucy Tritt in 1894, and Lucy passed away less than a year after. The manner of Lucy's death is not documented. Her death was reported to have been caused by poisoning by Shu, slipping through the ice when pregnant, and being struck in the head by a block that Shu had dropped accidentally. Edward Shu had a criminal history, having served 2 years in prison for horse theft between his first 2 marriages. After only 1 hour and 10 minutes of deliberation, the jury found him guilty of murdering his third wife, Zona, on June 22, 1897. While ghostly testimony played a role in reopening the case, the evidence presented in court was enough to convict him. Shu was sent to state prison, where he died in 1900, likely from pneumonia. Moving on to the next mystery. The Baltic Sea anomaly is a strange phenomenon that lurks beneath the serene waters of the beautiful Baltic Sea, which is well known for its stunning shoreline and picturesque islands. For years, scientists, academics, and ocean explorers have been completely baffled by the mystery surrounding a fascinating formation discovered by Swedish treasure hunters in 2011. A strange revelation was recently shared on social media by an unidentified person. This individual said that while diving near the Baltic Sea anomaly to look for historical artifacts, they discovered a very interesting artifact. He claims that he has been deeply fascinated by the Baltic Sea anomaly for a long time, and that he is determined to discover the mysterious secrets that lie within. Equipped with cutting-edge diving gear, he set off on an extraordinary expedition to the Baltic Sea, captivated by the mysterious allure of a concealed metallic sphere lurking beneath the waters. The individual openly shared that his underwater exploration venture was executed with careful and thorough preparation. Delving into the icy and chilling depths of the Baltic waters, he descended further and further into the unknown abyss beneath. As he drew closer to the Baltic Sea anomaly, the previously opaque and obscure depths gradually transformed into a haunting and otherworldly underwater panorama. The silhouette of the object emerged, lying on the ocean floor as if it were an ancient guardian, diligently protecting its mysterious secret. However, he made a point of mentioning that the visibility was incredibly poor to the extent that he could only discern the general shape and form once he was in close proximity to it. As he drew nearer to the object, he unveiled a glimpse of a diminutive metallic item, prompting him to approach it with a blend of eager expectation and deep respect. The mysterious allure of the object prompted a surge of curiosity within him, urging him to explore its origins and significance. His hand, covered with a protective glove, extended towards the surface of the sphere, carefully making contact. As his fingers grazed the surface, he could feel the unmistakable sensation of coldness radiating from it. He embarked on a thorough examination of the sphere, meticulously removing layers of accumulated sediment and scattered debris that had amassed over countless centuries. The surface of the object revealed itself to be a masterpiece of meticulous artistry, adorned with exquisitely detailed engravings and cryptic symbols that bewildered any attempts at precise identification. It stood as a remarkable testament to a level of craftsmanship that remained elusive to the modern world, hinting at the existence of a highly advanced civilization or technological prowess that far surpassed the knowledge and capabilities of their own time. According to his statement, the artifact appeared to possess mechanical gears, intricate crystalline structures, and peculiar symbols engraved onto metallic plates. This description hints at a complex and sophisticated design, combining both mechanical and organic-like elements. Currently, the individual expressed uncertainty about the nature of his discovery and pondered whether it could be classified as an analog computer akin to the oldest specimen unearthed in Greece. At present, the man lacks complete clarity regarding the specifics of his finding and is unsure if it shares similarities with the ancient Greek prototype. According to his recent statement, he expressed his anticipation for further exploration in the vicinity of the wreckage site with the hopeful prospect of uncovering additional peculiarities or anomalies. The individual exhibits a genuine eagerness to delve deeper into uncharted territories and unravel the mysteries of the area. The diving team from Ocean X has been extensively exploring the ocean and has come across numerous mysterious discoveries. One of their most intriguing findings is the Baltic Sea anomaly, a fascinating object resting on the seabed. This enigmatic structure has attracted significant attention due to its unusual appearance, resembling a disc-shaped aircraft. The online community has been abuzz with speculation, suggesting that the diving team may have stumbled upon an advanced aerial vehicle. With a sizable diameter of 60 meters, the Baltic Sea anomaly resides in the depths of the northern Baltic Sea. This remarkable discovery was made by Peter Lindberg, Dennis Asberg, and their esteemed Swedish diving team known as Ocean X in June of 2011. The Baltic Sea anomaly has become a subject of great interest, captivating the imagination of both experts and enthusiasts alike. Its peculiar shape and placement have sparked discussions about its origins and purpose. Some theories propose that it could be a remnant of an ancient civilization, while others speculate about its potential advanced connection. Despite the absence of conclusive evidence, the presence of such a distinct and mysterious structure continues to intrigue researchers and fuel further exploration. The expeditionary team made an astonishing discovery during their mission to locate an ancient shipwreck. While passing over the unknown object, they detected a captivating reading that immediately caught their attention. According to the findings of Ocean X, this enigmatic anomaly exhibits an intriguing thickness, measuring approximately 3 to 4 meters with a surprisingly extensive diameter of around 60 meters. Remarkably, the object rests upon a robust pillar-like structure, soaring to an impressive height of about 8 meters. It lies submerged between depths of 85 to 90 meters beneath an area characterized by extremely poor visibility, which poses a significant challenge for the team as they attempt to observe their surroundings. Interestingly, the team encountered a series of equipment malfunctions during their initial encounter with the anomaly. These malfunctions inexplicably ceased as soon as they moved past the mysterious object. At first, the team dismissed this as mere coincidence. However, when they retraced their steps and encountered the same equipment issues again, they began to entertain the notion that the object emits some kind of electromagnetic field. In order to test this hypothesis, the team conducted multiple experiments and, astonishingly, they consistently experienced equipment failure whenever they approached the anomaly. The team's fascinating findings have sparked a multitude of questions and speculations. Their exploration and analysis of the mysterious object, coupled with the data they have collected, have opened up new avenues of investigation and uncovering the true nature and significance of this captivating discovery. According to the account of experienced diver Stephen Hogborn, he encountered a truly remarkable and unexplainable phenomenon during one of his dives. He noted that when he and his team came into close proximity to a certain object underwater, all their electronic devices, including a satellite phone, inexplicably ceased to function. This bizarre occurrence left them perplexed and intrigued. However, as they gradually distanced themselves from the object approximately 200 meters away, their devices miraculously started working again as if the interference had magically vanished. Astonishingly, once they returned above the mysterious object, their electronic devices once again malfunctioned, leaving them astounded at the inexplicable nature of this event. The photographs were sent to various universities for analysis, and their consensus was that the object in question was a result of natural formation. However, the divers who encountered the object strongly dispute this conclusion. They argue that natural formations lack the capability to deactivate electrical equipment or exhibit a distinct disc-like shape. These divers question the notion that the object could be simply attributed to the forces of nature alone. Dennis Asberg, in collaboration with the diving team from Ocean X, recently made a groundbreaking revelation by sharing an extraordinary photograph of the mysterious anomaly. This captivating image, which has never been observed before, has aroused great curiosity and intrigue among experts and enthusiasts alike. According to his statement, a photograph of the Baltic Sea anomaly, which had never been seen before, was captured in 2012. The image depicts a distinct triangular shape with a noticeable opening. However, due to its subtle appearance, the team provided a modified version of the picture highlighted with a red line. This highlighting allows for a clearer observation of the sediment-covered plate and the presence of burnt organic material beneath it. It is important to note that the photograph was taken from the side of the enigmatic object. According to individuals who have observed the image, the longer you gaze at it, the more distinct features become apparent. They have noticed the presence of defined edges and openings that directly penetrate the structure, which was initially described during the team's initial exploration. One user remarked that it resembles debris from the ocean with coral growth accumulated on its surface. This perpendicular perspective grants us a more comprehensive view of the object, allowing us to discern a solid entity hidden beneath the coral. Upon the initial identification of the peculiar item, the team found themselves filled with a multitude of inquiries, urging them to delve deeper into the mystery. However, their thorough investigation only served to raise additional pressing questions in their minds. As the skilled divers carefully approached the enigmatic anomaly, their sharp eyes caught sight of an intriguing sight, a seemingly darkened staircase extending invitingly into the heart of the object. Notably, recognizing the need for scientific analysis, they meticulously collected samples, hoping to unravel the enigma through a detailed examination of its composition. After subjecting the samples to the discerning eyes of expert researcher Steve Weiner, an astonishing revelation came to light. The object at hand was not a mere natural geological formation, but rather in the profound darkness of the ocean depths, they stumbled upon an awe-inspiring structure of monumental proportions. To put it into perspective, they compared its immense size to that of a commercial passenger aircraft. Navigating through such pitch-black conditions presented them with considerable challenges. What further fascinated the team was the presence of a distinctive trail trailing behind the object, which was corroborated by sonar imagery. This intriguing observation has sparked speculation that the colossal structure may have crashed and skidded along the ocean floor. The divers further uncovered visible skid marks in the vicinity, adding to the evidence. Moreover, the researchers were astounded by the peculiar carvings adorning the surface of the object. These markings seemed unnatural, deviating from what is typically seen in natural formations. The wreckage rests at an approximate depth of 90 meters, further complicating efforts to capture clear footage or photographs of the site due to the murky waters. Delving into the depths of this extraordinary discovery, the comprehensive exploration sheds light on the sheer magnitude of this underwater structure. It prompts us to contemplate its origin, the mysteries it may hold, and the possibility of its tumultuous journey beneath the waves. The research team returned to the site once again, this time employing a remotely operated vehicle as part of their extensive investigation. Upon approaching the anomaly at a distance of just a few meters, they encountered a perplexing issue. The remotely operated vehicle's compass began to malfunction erratically. Interestingly, this was not the first instance of such an occurrence during their initial encounter with the enigmatic anomaly. Peter Lindbergh, a member of the team, shed light on the challenging circumstances, stating the following. The combination of extremely poor visibility and the unpredictability of the compass made it exceedingly difficult to accurately track the remotely operated vehicle's precise location. The compass appeared to have a mind of its own, leading to frequent tangling of its tether. These unforeseen complications added an extra layer of complexity to their ongoing investigation. End quote. Many knowledgeable individuals have shared accounts of an anomaly referred to as the equipment turning off phenomenon. According to these reports, when pilots and fishing vessels come across unidentified aircraft, they often experience a sudden and complete loss of power or energy in their electrical devices. Numerous incidents have been documented where unidentified objects have been associated with the sudden shutdown of various types of equipment, including planes, tractors, cars, buses, motorcycles, and even lawnmowers. Interestingly, the affected devices typically resume functioning once the unidentified craft departs. One intriguing testimonial originates from a fishing crew aboard a vessel who had a first-hand encounter with an unidentified object in the expansive sky above. The incident proved to be far from ordinary as it caused a sudden and perplexing shutdown of all their electronic devices, including the ship's vital radio transmission to shore. It took approximately 15 minutes for the object to veer away. And during that time, the crew helplessly stood witness to the inexplicable disruption. To their astonishment, not only were their onboard systems affected, but their personal mobile phones were inexplicably drained of power as well. Interestingly, this kind of experience is not unique to this fishing team. Around the world, fishermen have related similar experiences of coming across strange objects close to their boats while fishing at night, which always resulted in equipment malfunctions. Even while these incidents happen frequently, there has been little scientific investigation into this puzzling phenomena, with eyewitnesses only sharing their accounts. But the voices of a few courageous pilots have surfaced, confirming the eerie impact these mysterious objects have had on their planes. The importance of these experiences and their possible ramifications necessitate a more thorough examination in order to solve the mysteries around them. Moving on to the next mystery. An incident that would forever change the lives of the locals and confound the entire globe took place in the quiet village of Santavana, Chile, surrounded by undulating hills and beautiful scenery. A disc-shaped item fell atop a hill on a calm morning along Ruta de la Madera, a road that wound through the scenic countryside. One man's actions, stopping traffic to look into this mysterious phenomenon, would start a chain of events that would enthrall locals and spark the interest of people all over the world. The people of Santa Juana woke up to a sight they could hardly believe on a clear and crisp morning. A disc-shaped object, shining with an unearthly iridescence, had landed on a hilltop overlooking Ruta de la Madera. Eyewitnesses described the object as hovering just above the ground, seemingly defying gravity. News of the unusual occurrence spread rapidly through the small town, and before long, a gathering of curious onlookers began to form along the road. Their attention fixated on the mysterious object perched atop the hill. Among the bystanders was a man named Alejandro Reyes. As he observed the growing crowd and the increasing excitement, he couldn't shake the feeling that something strange was going on. It was at this point that people started to point at the object and question what it was. With unwavering resolve driven by a deep-seated sense of inquisitiveness and a genuine care for the welfare of his community, Alejandro made the conscious choice to take proactive action. He strongly advised other drivers to keep their composure, providing clear instructions to remain inside their vehicles and keep a safe distance from the uncommon occurrence taking place on the hillside. He emphasized the importance of maintaining a neutral demeanor and cautioned them to exercise caution and diligence in response to the mysterious object. According to a resident in the area, the object reportedly touched down on the hill within an hour, as they mentioned that they had passed by the same area just 30 minutes before in the opposite direction and had not noticed anything unusual at that time. One user submitted a detailed account of the event on social media. They said the following: "The sight was like something out of a science fiction movie. A surreal experience that has been etched into my memory forever. It was a crisp, cloudless morning. The sun just beginning to paint the sky. When I saw the disc-shaped object touch down on the summit of a hill that overlooked the winding Ruta della Madeira, the object gleamed with an otherworldly iridescence, casting a mesmerizing light that seemed to dance across its smooth, metallic surface. From my vantage point, the object appeared relatively large, roughly the size of a small car with a perfectly symmetrical saucer-like shape. Its edges were rounded, and it sat effortlessly on the hill, hovering just above the ground as though defying the very laws of gravity. The disc's metallic surface was unblemished, devoid of any visible seams, joints, or markings. It seemed to be crafted from a material that was unlike anything I had ever seen. The color, if one could call it that, was an enigmatic blend of silvery gray and iridescent hues. There was a sense of tranquility in the air, as if the very atmosphere held its breath in awe of this enigmatic visitor. And it was a moment suspended in time. A convergence of the ordinary and the extraordinary. A testament to the boundless mysteries that the universe has yet to reveal. As I stood there, gazing in wonder and amazement at the disc-shaped object, I couldn't help but wonder about its origin and purpose. Everyone who saw the object was shocked, and the silence that enveloped the hill was broken only by the whispers of the wind and the distant of nature awakening to the dawn. Right now, we still question what landed on that hill and whether it will return. Many of us have no idea what unfolded that day, and I don't think we will ever get an answer. The arrival of the disc-shaped craft on Ruta de la Madeira in Santa Juana continues to perplex onlookers. And due to the incident taking place in 2016, there are gaps in the available information. The mysterious nature of this event has left many bewildered and searching for answers. Some members of the community reported witnessing the object beginning to levitate above the hill before swiftly departing on the opposite side, rendering it invisible to the onlookers. Conversely, a separate group claimed that the authorities instructed individuals to evacuate the vicinity. These varied eyewitness accounts resulted in contrasting perspectives on the event. The incident has sparked a widespread discussion, with speculation and theories emerging as people strive to comprehend the unusual occurrence from different vantage points. Alejandro Reyes' choice to halt the flow of traffic and thoroughly examine the mysterious aircraft highlighted the extraordinary ability of regular individuals to face the unfamiliar and motivate others to follow suit. The occurrences that transpired on the slope continue to baffle investigators, serving as a compelling reminder of the enigmatic nature of unidentified flying objects. This enigma underscores the vast realm of the unexplored when it comes to these inexplicable aerial phenomena. Mountains, with their towering peaks and remote pristine landscapes, have long been associated with our inspiring beauty and a sense of wonder. But throughout history, these majestic natural wonders have also been the backdrop for countless UFO sightings, stirring intrigue and sparking debates about the existence of extraterrestrial life and their interest in our planet. In various mountainous regions worldwide, there have been multiple accounts from reliable sources such as hikers, pilots, and mountaineers reporting the observation of unidentified flying objects over the course of several years. These testimonies, which defy conventional interpretations, have contributed to a substantial body of evidence suggesting the existence of such phenomena. One compelling account comes from a group of mountaineers scaling the Himalayas in Nepal. In the early hours of a cold morning, they observed a series of luminous orbs dancing above the peaks. These orbs displayed erratic flight patterns and incredible speeds, leaving the mountaineers in awe of the spectacle. Such sightings are not unique to the Himalayas. UFOs have been reported above mountain ranges in various countries, including the Rockies in the United States and the Andes in South America. The appearance of unidentified flying objects hovering above mountainous regions has sparked a wide array of theories and conjectures regarding their intentions and source. Numerous individuals propose that these observations serve as proof of highly sophisticated technology potentially originating from extraterrestrial beings. UFOs are believed to operate in defiance of the principles of physics, executing maneuvers and attaining velocities that surpass the capabilities of human-engineered aircraft. This enigmatic phenomenon has led to extensive discussions and investigations, stirring curiosity about the prospect of life beyond Earth and the existence of advanced civilizations in the universe. Another hypothesis suggests that mountains might carry a specific importance for visitors from outer space. These natural formations, frequently located in remote and uninhabited areas, may offer optimal sites for observing, researching, or potentially engaging with our planet. The seclusion and remoteness of mountainous terrains could afford a feeling of seclusion for any extraterrestrial entities aiming to evade detection. Given the minimal human presence and limited access, these regions may serve as ideal vantage points for comprehensive analysis and observation of Earth. Moreover, there is a contention suggesting that mountains might harbor distinctive energy fields or magnetic characteristics that could potentially draw UFOs. It is well documented that the magnetic fields of the Earth tend to fluctuate significantly in regions characterized by steep elevations, and these fluctuations could conceivably pique the curiosity of sophisticated extraterrestrial societies aiming to exploit or comprehend these energies for their own purposes. Mountains have held a sacred place in the beliefs of numerous cultures, with many of them linking mountains to spiritual importance and connections to the celestial realm. The ancient Inca civilization, for instance, held the belief that mountains were either the dwelling places of divine beings or acted as gateways to the heavens. Exploring the intriguing notion of whether these spiritual convictions have any foundation in real encounters with extraterrestrial entities adds a layer of mystery and fascination to the enduring allure of these revered natural formations. In recent times, the occurrence of unidentified flying objects hovering over mountainous regions has garnered significant attention from the global scientific and research communities. The evolution of technology has played a pivotal role in facilitating a more methodical investigation of these sightings. With the aid of advanced cameras, radar systems, and sophisticated data analysis tools, scientists have been empowered to systematically capture and scrutinize UFO encounters with enhanced precision and efficacy. The Mount Adams Infrared Observatory in Washington State, USA is a significant undertaking that has garnered attention due to the multitude of reported UFO sightings in the vicinity of Mount Adams. Equipped with advanced technology such as infrared cameras, the research team at the observatory diligently records and analyzes these unexplained phenomena. Despite their extensive efforts, the intrinsic nature of these unidentified flying objects remains elusive, and conclusive explanations have proven challenging to ascertain. Nonetheless, the comprehensive research conducted at the observatory represents a valuable contribution to the in-depth scientific exploration of this intriguing phenomenon. Despite the abundance of first-hand testimonies, hypotheses, and scientific inquiries, the enigma surrounding UFO sightings above mountainous regions persists. This phenomenon understanding in this realm of exploration. The complexities for understanding in this realm of exploration. The complexities associated with these sightings transcend mere terrestrial concerns, prompting a deeper contemplation of the enigmatic forces that may exist beyond our planet. As we ponder the enigma's potential significance of UFO sightings above mountains as more than random occurrences, these observations may represent a bridge connecting our planet and the infinite universe, providing a sobering reminder of the wonders that lie beyond our knowledge and the timeless mysteries that defy our understanding. Regardless of whether these contacts represent evidence of advanced technology, alien curiosity, or something uncharted, they fascinatingly serve as a reminder of the size of the cosmos and the myriad wonders that humanity has yet to uncover. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed exploring these intriguing unsolved mysteries with me. If you found the video fascinating, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Unsolved Mystique for more deep dives into unsolved mysteries. Your support helps me bring you more compelling content. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or any mysteries you'd like me to cover next. See you in the next video.